All right, let's jump right in. Today, we're going on a journey not just back in time, but into the very source code of reality itself. We're going to, together, decode the epic blueprint of the universe, laid out verse by verse in the very first chapter of Genesis.
So, here's our game plan. We'll start with the cosmic blueprint. Then we'll walk through the days of divine separation and the days of filling with life. After that, we'll get into the really unique creation of the human dimension, and we'll wrap it all up with a real-world challenge you can bring into your own life this week.
So let's start at the very beginning. Literally. We begin not with a bang, but with a word. Before light, before time, the universe is just waiting. It's this magnificent, swirling state of pure potential.
Okay, let's start with the first level of understanding, the pshat. That's the simple, literal meaning. Think of it like the 4K movie version. So, close your eyes, imagine total darkness, a deep, watery, chaotic silence. The Hebrew for this is Tohu VaVohu, formless and void. It's a universe holding its breath, a canvas waiting for the very first stroke. Now let's dig a little deeper to the second level, the remez, which means hint. This is like a treasure hunt right in the text. The very first word of the whole Torah, Bereshit, isn't just a timestamp. It's not just in the beginning. The sages tell us it's actually a code. Bereshit can be read as, with wisdom, God created. How amazing is that? It means the blueprint, the divine wisdom, was there even before the first day.
And this brings us to the drash, where we really start to ask the tough questions. You have to wonder, right? If the Creator is perfect, why start with a mess? Why this whole process of chaos? Why not just snap your fingers and have a perfect, finished universe from the get-go? It almost seems intentional.
And the answer here is just so profound. The story isn't just telling us what happened. It's a user's guide. For us, it's teaching us a fundamental truth of the universe. Order, goodness, and meaning aren't things you just get. They are things we have to actively build from the chaos in the world and, from the chaos inside ourselves. Okay, now for the deepest level, the sod, the secret. Mystical tradition teaches that the Torah itself is the blueprint for reality. Think about it like this. It's the source code. God, the divine programmer, looked into this pre-existing code of perfect wisdom and used it to run the program that we call the universe. Creation wasn't random at all. It was a perfect, intentional design being brought to life.
So let's move on to the first 3 days and see how this blueprint unfolds. With the plan in place, God doesn't start by making things. No, He starts by making divisions. He creates the fundamental structures, the containers for our entire universe. Let's walk through the pshat, the cinema of these days. It's breathtaking. Day 1, a command cuts through the void and there's a flash of pure light separating it from the darkness. Day 2, an expanse, a firmament, literally pushes the waters apart, creating the sky. And on day 3, the waters gather together, and for the first time ever, dry land emerges. The Creator is building these cosmic containers, making space for life to happen.
Time for another treasure hunt, another remez. The name used for God here is Elohim. And get this, it appears exactly 32 times in this chapter. That is no accident. It's a code pointing to the 32 hidden paths of wisdom. Even the name Elohim itself is connected to justice and order, the very energy of separation and structure that's being used to build the world. So this leads us to a really powerful drash, a really big question. There's a curious detail here. On day 1, God says it was good. On day 3, it's said twice. But on day 2, after creating the sky, there's silence. The text just leaves out the divine seal of approval. Why? Was something wrong? Was this creation somehow incomplete? The explanation is that the work started on day 2 was only half the job. See, division itself wasn't the final goal. The goal was a functional system. And that system wasn't complete until day 3, when the waters below were gathered and the dry land appeared. Only when the whole process was finished could you look at it and say, okay, now it is good. And this perfectly illustrates the sod, that secret layer of divine energy. Mystically, creation is a balancing act. Day 1 is like pure, boundless energy, an endless flow of kindness, or Chesed. But kindness without any limits can be total chaos. So, day 2 brings in structure, boundaries, the energy of strength and discipline, or Gevurah. And finally, these two opposites are brought into a beautiful balance by Tiferet, or harmony, creating a stable, wonderful world.
So the cosmic containers are built, the stage is set, Now it is time to fill it with actors. Days 4 through 6 are just this incredible symphony of populating the realms that were just created.
The pshat of these next few days is a glorious explosion of life. On day 4, the great lights, the sun, the moon, the stars are hung up in the sky to give us a rhythm of time and seasons. On day 5, the silent waters suddenly burst with life, and for the very first time, birds take to the sky. And then on day 6, the land is filled with this vibrant, buzzing ecosystem of every animal you can imagine. The empty stage is now a living, breathing world.
Everything, all the separations, all the fillings, this entire cosmic project, it has all been leading up to this one single moment on the 6th day, the creation of a being that is fundamentally different from everything that came before it.
And here it is. Let us make man in our image. I mean, wow. This is probably the most profound and definitely the most debated statement in the entire chapter. It's a declaration of a unique and awesome purpose.
So the immediate drosh is, what does "in our image" really mean? Is it a physical thing? Well, the sages explain that it's a spiritual likeness. We weren't made to look like our Creator, we were made to act like our Creator. We were given the divine ability to choose, to create, and to bring order from chaos, basically making us partners in the ongoing work of creation.
The mystical secret here, the sod, is just mind-blowing. It reveals that each and every human being is a microcosm, an entire universe in miniature. Every spiritual world, every divine energy is contained right inside of us. And that means our choices are never just about us. They ripple outwards. They hold the power to either elevate or diminish all of reality with every single thing we do. So after 6 days of building and filling, the project is complete. And the final act of creation isn't another action, it's the creation of a whole new state of being.
This is Shabbat. The 7th day isn't about God being tired, it is the creation of rest itself, menucha. It's the destination. The entire purpose of all that work for 6 days was to build a world that could experience this moment of profound peace and connection. And that right there is why this matters to us right here, right now. So, here's your challenge for the week. The creation story is a blueprint for transforming chaos into order. So we want you to be a creator in your own little world. For the kids listening, find one messy spot in your room or with your toys and make it perfectly ordered. Make it your little shrine of calm for the week. And for the adults, find one chaotic part of your schedule or your cluttered inbox or your desktop and just take 15 minutes to bring it into beautiful, functional harmony. So we'll leave you with this final thought. The story of creation isn't just something that happened once a long time ago. It's an ongoing process. It's the instruction manual for what we're supposed to do every single day. Find the chaos in the small universes of our own lives and transform it into beautiful, meaningful order. Thank you for joining us for this complete journey through the Pardes. We hope these ancient truths help you and your family improve your own dimensions this week. If you enjoyed this full chapter deep dive, please like, subscribe, and share which part of the journey touched your soul in the comments. We'll see you in the next chapter.